nobody else is going to say anything because they're so shy. Hi. Hi, Cole's Corner. I am, in case you can't tell, not in my bedroom. Because, you know, it's not purple behind me, or blue, depending on the lighting. Bye-bye, madame. Ooh, fancy buongiorno. It's okay. It's not great. It's not too bad. Let's see what has happened since the last time we were chatting. Isn't that Italian? Bonjour is French. Buongiorno, I think, is Italian. So, I received a jury summons, which I've already spoken about on a previous stream. Don't know what's going to happen with that until early January. And I was thinking about this last night. It's extremely fancy if it's, you know, spelled properly. I don't write in other languages. I sometimes understand a little bit, but excuse me, not as much as I pretend to understand. So the next thing that's happening with this jury summons is on January 4th. I have to phone a 1-800 number and find out if I am expected to show up in Edmonton on or before 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to plan on being there earlier than 8:30 because I would have to find out what courtroom to go to and all that other fun stuff. And if anybody's ever done anything in our court buildings or in I almost called it City Center. It's right by Churchill Square. It's where government officials meet. Drawing a blank. Yeah, if anybody's had to do anything in our court building, you know that it's a lot of security you have to go through. So, it could be as easy as paying a parking ticket, or actually, I don't know if you do that in the court building anymore, because where I go to get my bus pass, they do stuff with parking tickets. So, City Hall, that's it. Thank you. City Hall has quite intense security as well. So, I mean, it's like going through security at an airport. They check for pretty much everything. Last time I went into the court building, I had a flip phone, and I had forgotten that in my pocket, but luckily I didn't set off the metal detector. So, probably should have told them about it anyway, but I don't know. All I know is where I get my bus passes. Back before 2020, when the world was still normal-ish, I would go to a place downtown, 101st Street and probably about 104th Avenue. There's a place you can do a lot of stuff. You can get, you can buy bus passes there. You can buy bus tickets. You can buy, they have a Parks and Recreation pass, and you need that Parks and Rec pass so that you can what, so that you can get the cheaper bus passes. And I make little enough money that I qualify for those. I've got 3 people watching. So, hello, new person. I know who 2 of the people are. There's Cole's Corner and her husband. Whoops, sorry. I got my finger caught in my little phone holder. You know, the hold this in case you drop your phone. You possibly. But when I go there, I go up to a machine and I punch in what I'm doing. And because I'd be buying a bus pass, my whatever number I get is T dash and then whatever my number happens to be. And T would be for transit. And yeah, you can get permits for stuff, I think. And I don't know, there's a few different numbers that, or a few different letters that pop up, but T is a very common one, and I think P is for paying parking tickets. And, well, I think traffic tickets and parking tickets are probably separate, because when eons ago I helped my significant other pay a speeding ticket, so that he didn't have to go, because the court only has certain hours in the day, so that he could still go to work. I went and, paid his fine for him. And that's probably the last time I went into the court building. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not the last time I went into it. The last time I went to it was actually by mistake. Yeah. Whole other story. Hi. Do you want to be on YouTube? Again?
Yeah.
Almost had some company. Oh, well. That's fine. 3 people have been close to being in the room with me. 13 days till Christmas. Can you believe that? And I feel like it's just another Monday. You know who it is. It happens to be the father of my children. Cole's Corner waves to you.
Huh?
Cole's Corner is waving at you. Yeah, he waved back, by the way. Yeah, and it totally just feels like another Monday to me. I don't know why. I'm just not in the Christmas spirit. Right? Where did this year go? I'm not sure if he is aware that you are Cole's Corner, but you don't use your actual name on here, so, whereas that husband of yours does use his actual name, so. The kitchen light just mysteriously turned on. Yeah, I did a mini live earlier. I just didn't, it wasn't very long. It ended up being kind of a self-pity, a little pity party. So I was like, okay, nobody's watching this, so I don't even feel like a bah humbug. Because, like, a bah humbug is everybody who, in my opinion, everybody who is all in the Christmas spirit, you kind of tell them to bugger off. So, I'm fine with other people being in the Christmas spirit. I'm just not. I don't know what's wrong with me this year. I just don't want to. Yeah, but all my days are the same. I just happen to know that today is Monday. I am a little more familiar with what day of the week it is because with the mother of my grandchildren now working, oh yeah, she got a full-time job, so that's a trick question, Cole's Corner. There is a tree up in the house, but it's in the basement suite. And there is not a tree up here because we have, well, it's Christmas downstairs, not upstairs. It's just, there's certain issues up here that kind of make having a tree not really that great. So, did I answer your question? There is a tree up in the basement. I did not put it up. I did not help decorate it. Yeah, but the main living area upstairs does not have basically any decorations. So, I think my favorite Christmas memory with my children was the last Christmas I only had one child. So I was very pregnant. We weren't going to put up a Christmas tree that year because, as usual, you don't plan for a Christmas tree all year round, and then when it comes time to put up the Christmas tree, then you kind of argue about where you should put it, and it wasn't worth the argument that year. So we had my parents' old Christmas tree. So my daughter and I put it up in the basement, and she saw it bare bones. No decorations, no nothing. We put up the tree, got it standing relatively straight, and then she had to go to bed. And so Christmas morning, we brought her downstairs, and I kind of snuck ahead to plug in the tree because we did all the decorating, lights and everything after she went to bed. And so I snuck downstairs and turned on the lights, and she came partway down the stairs and looked under the railing towards the tree and said, "Oh, Christmas came!" It was very adorable. So, yeah, she was 3 at the time, and it was like 8 months pregnant. So, yeah, me rushing anywhere was entertaining at least. So, I don't remember much else about that Christmas. Just the look on her face when she saw the Christmas tree all decorated and lit up, and so I don't remember what Christmas presents there were. I don't remember much of anything other than I got to be at the bottom of the stairs and look up and see her face. Yeah, it was fun. So, who wants to sing some Christmas carols? I know that Cole's Corner will sing along with me, even though I can't hear her. And I'll even let you pick the Christmas carol. Hopefully I'll know at least part of the words. I have the TV on. It's on Netflix. So, Let's see. What's this? Nope. Yes, but pick a Christmas carol, and then you and I can sing it together. I want to. I sang some Christmas carols to myself last night. I was trying to sleep, and I thought, well, sing myself to sleep. Didn't work. Yeah, I sung myself a couple of Christmas carols. I don't know if I know all that one. I know that one. We'll do Silent Night, okay? Let's go with Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. How is that? I believe you were singing along with me. And, typing comments. Yeah, I don't know all the words to God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. I remember when the Journal used to, I think it was the Journal, would, every year they would publish some, even your daughter? Because I didn't lose any viewers during that. I had 3 and I still have 3. Was up to 4, but then I guess I got boring. Were the pups singing along? Because that would be very, very entertaining. I would like to see a video of that. So, yeah, you have your first Christmas with your new pup this year. That's always exciting. Can I say his name? Because I would like to wish him a very, very happy first in his forever home Christmas. Okay, well, his name is Maverick. I'm assuming that's what you assured about, because there's paw prints behind it. And it's going to be Maverick's first Christmas with it in his forever home. That's very, very, very entertaining. Do you do advent calendars for your pups? Because that's one thing that the daughter who lives downstairs does. She got advent calendars for her pets. So it wasn't a silent night at your house. Well, pet advent calendars are fairly new. I know PetSmart has them. So we don't officially have any pets, but the ones that we unofficially have, there's at least 3 pet advent calendars. So, and my oldest child is kind of sad because one of her pets is sick, in a matter of speaking, and not quite sure. Oh, I thought she mentioned what kind of pet it was. Not a gecko. She's not a lizard person. Um, Little itty bitty furry, and a lot of places don't want them when you rent. Um, yeah, she has a hamster, and there's something growing on the hamster that shouldn't be there. And she's had this hamster for a little over 2 years, and now is not not really holding out hope that the hamster will last until Christmas. So maybe a sad time for her. Um, yeah. I Excuse me. Oh, Alicia has a gecko. What do you feed your gecko? A few years ago, I lived in a place that had 2 bearded dragons, and I found it very comforting at night. One of the things they fed their bearded dragons were crickets, and I fell asleep in an apartment listening to crickets. So, I am one of the weird people who actually find that sound something easy to fall asleep to. So, uh, oh, let's see, they fed their bearded dragons. I think a little bit of baby kale, some spinach leaves, some fruit, and crickets. And they were live crickets, and I really very much enjoyed having the sound of the crickets to fall asleep to. Um, Another pet that we don't have um, doesn't eat all that often, and he eats frozen stuff that would not, right now, the frozen stuff that he eats would not be allowed in the province of Alberta if they were live. Hmm. Sometimes they can eat mealworms. So, yeah, my pet that we don't officially have is um, due to eat anytime now. um, we get him large frozen rats. And the last time that we bought them, they only had, I think we had to get some large and some extra large. I don't remember. I think the next step for him is either extra large rats or small bunnies. But again, he's only eaten frozen from. Well, if people would be able to do stuff other than procreate, then that might not be that big of an issue. But while we're still in this pandemic, not much you can do. Let's see. I missed a birthday party last week because I was still getting over a cold. I am pretty much over the cold, but quite often still wake up with a sore throat. But that's because I sleep with my mouth open. I don't currently have my window open, but that's because it's winter. Winter literally came to Edmonton / St. Albert overnight. We got lucky. It started doing the official, change. The flaky white stuff falling after my grandchildren were done trick-or-treating on Halloween. And happened more the next day. So we were fine until the sun went down on Halloween, and then woke up to SNOW all over the place. And it pretty much stuck. And yeah, I kind of get obsessed with SNOW because it's cold. And I have been to pick up my grandson from school a couple of times since November started. I don't pick him up all that often, but I have done it a couple of times after the SNOW has fallen. I don't like saying that word because when you say it, it's like calling more, and more means colder. So yeah, it tends to get cold. There was one evening when, with the wind chill, it was minus 35 Celsius. And minus 35 Celsius is pretty darn close to what minus 35 Fahrenheit would be, because they match at minus 40. So, that was less than a week ago, I think, but now we're back at I looked at the temperature for the next 3 days for the estimated temperatures, and the warmer side of the estimation is -7, and then -6, and then the colder side is, I think, -5, -11, and -16. I think, going by memory. But again, those are Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So not quite as cold as U.S. residents would think it would be. But anything anything with a minus in front here, you can bet you can see your breath. So, I have put up a couple of videos when I was out and about, and see SNOW on the ground. I have not had to shovel yet this year, thank goodness, but I do have a couple of pairs of gloves and a new hat. And my ice maker is doing something. Yeah, winter does tend to get cold here. I am just a few minutes north of Edmonton. I live in St. Albert. The difference between Edmonton and St. Albert is literally, in some places it's one side of an intersection versus the other side of an intersection. So there is at least one place where it's that close. There are, we do have a snowblower, but it does require, you can't, when it's just a little bit, you don't want to break out the snowblower for that. Yeah, when it's little enough to sweep, then yeah. So far this year, it's been the same here. It's been Terry's job. Yeah, if your Terry knows any place that's hiring that the Terry who lives here might like to work at, then we could put them in touch with each other. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. My train of thought went to Terry's. Let's see. I am looking forward to seeing if I go on a jury or not. The only downside to it is that I told my district manager for where I work that, okay. I told my district manager that I did get a jury summons, and thank you, I will let him know. She said that because I only work 3 months out of the year, it's an easy way to get out of doing jury duty, but I don't know if that's gonna really be something that I can claim now, because I already did the little questionnaire thing that I was required to fill out. So, and I did not mention that I only work 3 months a year on that, so it might be too late for me to use that as an excuse. Although, I don't really want to get out of it. I just want it to wait until, like, I got this in October or November. I will let you know what I can let you know when I find out. If I'm not on a jury, then I can let you know pretty much everything. But if I am on a jury, I'll be very limited with what I can say. So, yeah, I would like, if I am on a jury, I would like it not to start until, until the beginning of May. So, I'm going to have to look again at the date on the jury summons. I am pretty sure it got there in November, but, 2 months. I don't know. I don't know how long ahead of time they actually call people for that kind of thing. And it reminded me that I have to make a doctor's appointment because, well, if I don't get selected, I won't know any of the details on the case. So, yeah. If I am selected, I won't be able to give any of the details of the experience until after it's done. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was SNOW on the ground when I picked up the letter from my parents. So, I even went as far as to actually give the address for where I am right now, as opposed to my mailing address, which is where my parents live. So completely on the up and up on that. So, although my ID has my parents' address on it. So, anyway, that is that. And yeah, I don't know if I would be allowed to post anything if I do get on jury duty. But I have already decided that I would much rather be on a sequestered jury than go to court every day and do what you want on your days off. But I don't think that happens too often. Because, yeah, things get done at different volumes, right? And I probably would be eating a lot more than I do now. Not meaning that I would overdo it with eating. I mean that I would eat on a regular basis. Kind of like how when you were in school, you'd eat breakfast before school, lunch at lunchtime. It would be more regulated. So, Yeah, right now I've been trying to make sure I eat at least once a day. So, not the best habit to be into. Definitely not the best habit for losing weight. Um, I know, right? It's always better when somebody else does it. Uh, Although, when years ago, like 2010 ish, we got a turkey fryer, and it's a really big deep fryer for the house. And I think we deep fried maybe two turkeys in it. But what we really liked making in it was homemade French fries. You know, take the potato, cut it up, and they always tasted better when one particular child of mine did them. Like the whole experience was better when she was the one in charge of the deep fryer. And I don't know. It was weird. It's just that when this one child, they were better than when I made them, better than when the sister made them, better than, well, my son was not exactly, I wouldn't have trusted him to do the whole cut up the potato, put them in the deep fryer kind of thing. But, yeah, the girls were teenagers then. Deep fried is always better. I mean, better tasting, not better for you. Um, the most responsible one? um, yeah, we have some potatoes that are um, garden fresh. Well, they were garden fresh. They're just, they were made to be little potatoes, and some of them are a little bit bigger. I had purple potatoes and regular potatoes. And did I totally give it away? I have my own deep fryer. We don't use. I'm pretty sure we still have the turkey fryer, but um, what I think would be the ultimate food, not deep fried bacon, but a deep fried turducken. I think that would probably be the best of the best. So, the one thing I didn't like about deep fried turkey is that you want to be able to take stuff off with your hands, but it's really, really hot when it first comes up. Oh, I have the oil has to be changed in our deep fryer. Um, so yeah, last night I made myself some not French fries. I just took the little potatoes and I just cut them into circles, really. So it was too hot for my hands. I was too dumb to wait. So I am not always the brightest. So I I I'm a big fan of deep fried food. Um, the only thing that is not allowed in my deep fryer is fish sticks. Um, we also have an air fryer. I had my air fryer probably for about 3 months before I ever used it. Because I didn't understand the concept of an air fryer. It is basically, it's a mini convection oven. So if you're familiar with what a convection oven is, it moves the air around so that it's a more even heat. So, and my sister got an air fryer and had it all set up in her house, and then wasn't sure if she liked it. So She may or may not still have an air fryer. One she had dual compartments, so you could really do two things at once. Um, the deep fryer that I have now has, you can use one large basket or two smaller baskets, so you can do two things that take different cooking times but the same cooking temperature. It's really the only thing that it doesn't do is two cooking temperatures. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, we've started using the air fryer. Well, one person has started using the air fryer more often, and that's when it comes to making stuff for the grand boys, because he is not a fan of things being done in the microwave, and um, deep frying isn't always an option. And well, the grand boys like things like corn dogs and pizza pops, and the person who prefers to use the air fryer doesn't like pizza pops that are done in the microwave. And my son likes pizza pops that are done in the deep fryer, but you have to be very careful about that, because sometimes they can leak, and that does not um, it's messy. So yeah, the boys will still eat um, the stuff if it's done in the air fryer. We try to break the sticks off of the corn dogs. So, I don't know. I got distracted by the TV. Oh, I have to ask my child that. Alrighty. It has been almost 45 minutes. Should we sing another Christmas carol? Maybe even more than one verse, because I don't know. Sometimes I know the first verse. More often than not, I don't really know more than one verse. Oh, you do you have your little visitor? Probably not, because you're actually watching. Um, hmm. Oh, I when I was singing Silent Night, I started to watch the time to see if it was more than a minute, but then I forgot to. Yeah, you usually don't watch when you have your little visitor. So, I was thinking that that might be why your mom is wanting to talk to you before Christmas, because sorry for spilling news. Um, it might have more to do with the little visitor than anybody else. Because maybe your little visitor's mother is probably sticking up for you, because she is your daughter after all. Oh, it's her first married Christmas. That's exciting. I would at least do a video call with that child. Not me personally, but if I were her mother, I would want to do that, just because, firsts as married people are always fun. Even if you've been doing married people stuff before you were married, like spending Christmas with the family. I remember the first Christmas that the father of my children came over. It was the first time a lot of my family had met this person. And my brother also had a girlfriend come over for Christmas, and they each got something from my grandpa. And it was the same gift. It was kind of a generic gift. They got a candy cane wreath. So not a wreath made of candy canes, but nice and thick, and the whole circle. And it was kind of nice for the two that weren't like that were there for the first time. Um, Another thing that happened that Christmas was my dad had got a specific type of wine that I had heard commercials about for a long time, and the jingle for the wine was very, very catchy. And this was also my first Christmas as an adult, so I think that might have had something to do with why he got that wine for Christmas. But what my dad didn't know was I was expecting my first child, and we weren't telling people until after Christmas. So I had to kind of sidestep the wine because we knew that I shouldn't have been drinking it. So, and he knew that I wanted to try it. So it was kind of a very interesting evening or day. So those were fun times. And yeah, I miss my grandpa. But, that whole life goes on thing. I'm probably going to end the stream soon. Thank you for joining me. I don't think we're going to do another Christmas Carol tonight. Let's, we can pick some kid-friendly ones, and I'll time how long it takes me to sing them, and maybe I'll do some short videos. And your little visitor may be a handful, but I don't think you trade that handful for anything. Yeah. Like I say every time, that it takes me a long time to get back online. I'm going to try and do this more often. I don't really want to I don't know what I'm trying to say. Christmas caroling with Carrie. Oh. All right. I am going to go. Yeah. Let's think of some Christmas carols that we can do. Yes. No, I love them to the end of the universe and back, because the moon is too close. To the moon and back is just not enough. So, yeah, have a good night to you too. Good night, everyone. Yeah, leave some comments about Christmas Carol suggestions, and I might do just some short videos so that you can, Cole's Corner specifically, can play them for her little handful, and I can torture my grandchildren with them as well. Okay, good night all. I will see you hopefully tomorrow, when I will entitle it 12 Days Till Christmas. Have a good night.